This group is making a real difference. Through Breaking Barriers, Travis and Shelley have marched into Washington, D.C., spoken about addiction at high schools, testified before lawmakers and counselors, and many people struggling with addiction over family members. Let's hear it now for Travis Bornstein. He's going to tell his story about what happened. Travis, please.
Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I first want to thank the General President, the General Secretary Treasurer, and the General Executive Board for the opportunity to tell my family's story at the 29th International Brotherhood of Teamsters Convention. I'd like to begin by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Travis Bornstein. After high school, I gave up the opportunity to play college football and voluntarily enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. You guys are going to make me start blushing if you keep clapping every time. I spent 4 years of active duty, 2 years in active reserves, and was meritoriously promoted to Sergeant E5 at the age of 21. For the last 27 years, I've been a Teamster member of Local 24 in Akron, Ohio. 20 of those years, I've been a full-time officer. In the last 17 years, I've been the president and principal officer of Local 24. I'm also the Secretary-Treasurer of Joint Council 41. I was 29 years old when I was elected as a business agent, and 32 years old when I was elected as the principal officer. I've been married to my wife, Shelley, for 27 years. We have 3 children. Our youngest daughter, Taylor, is 18 years old. She has her license in cosmetology, a full-time job in her own apartment. My oldest daughter, Tana, is 22 years old and a recent college graduate from Walsh University with her bachelor's degree in exercise science. That leads me to my only son, Tyler Bornstein. Tyler was a 2009 Magna Cum Laude graduate in the Legal Studies program from Lake High School. He participated on the back-to-back Federal League Championship golf teams, earning All-League and All-County honors his freshman, sophomore, and junior years. He recorded 2 hole-in-ones before he turned 16 years old. His senior year, he decided not to play golf, instead participate on the Lake Blue Streak football team. At the end of the season, Tyler earned the Senior Ironman Award. After high school, Tyler attended Walsh University to study accounting and finance. He decided to walk on the golf team, earning a golf and academic scholarship. See, Tyler was smart, athletic, a hard worker. He was gentle and kind and had lots of friends. In April of 2013, he entered a bodybuilding show, and at the age of 22, he was announced runner-up Junior Mr. Ohio. Of course, I get to say all these nice things about my boy because I'm his dad, but they're also true. So how does a kid like Tyler, who comes from a middle-class family with loving parents, families, and friends who loved him, get addicted to heroin? Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you that this can happen real innocently. See, Tyler broke his right arm 4 times, and he had 2 surgeries on his right elbow. The first surgery was at age 11, and the second surgery was at age 18. And ultimately, he became addicted to the opiate pain medication, which led him to heroin. Over the next several years, Tyler was in and out of rehab facilities in Ohio and Michigan. In November of 2013, he took a leave of absence from college and went into a 21-day rehab facility and then into a 6-month treatment program at a sober living facility in Florida. He came back home to Ohio in June of 2014. He enrolled back at Walsh University and talked to the golf coach about getting back on the golf team. But in mid-September of 2014, Tyler relapsed again. However, this time he had reached his 2-time lifetime limit for inpatient rehab, and he no longer had health insurance. He was seeking treatment from the state-funded program, but was put on a 3-week waiting list before he could get help. Tyler could no longer deal with the pain from opiate withdrawals and decided to use heroin one more time. On September 28, 2014, 21 months and 1 day ago, Tyler was in the process of overdosing. And instead of the other individual calling 911 for help, he took my son to a vacant lot on the corner of Arlington and Alfred in Akron, Ohio, and left him there to die. Later that day, the Summit County Sheriff Department showed up at my house. I was not home, but they proceeded to tell my wife and 17-year-old daughter that a resident found a dead body in a vacant lot, and it was our 23-year-old son. So how does a father recover from such a tragedy after losing his best friend and only son? If I may, let me leave you with a couple thoughts. My first thought is forgiveness. I've learned that I have to forgive a whole lot of people for me to recover and move forward. Guys like the drug dealer, the person who dumped my son's body in a vacant lot like a piece of trash, the doctor who prescribed opiates to a kid, but most of all, myself. See, I was embarrassed and ashamed to talk to anyone about my son's addiction. I thought I failed as a father and that my son was a moral failure. I was embarrassed of my son. My second thought is education. In October of 2015, my wife and I and our family attended a national rally for a federal response on the opiate epidemic in Washington, D.C. What I learned there was the overprescribing of opiate pain medicines has harmed millions of pain patients, and it led to sharp increases in addiction, heroin use, and overdose deaths. I also learned that the United States government has acknowledged that this is the worst drug epidemic in the history of our country. I was stunned when I heard the top doctor of the United States Surgeon General, say that addiction is not moral failure, that it is a disease just like cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Wow, a disease and not moral failure. I'm learning to forgive myself, and I'm no longer embarrassed of my son. He is my hero to accomplish so much with such a gut-wrenching disease. I'm only embarrassed that I was the fool. So how does a family recover from such a tragedy? My wife and I made a commitment to each other that we were going to take the worst thing that could possibly happen to us as parents and try to make something good come out of it. So under the direction of my wife, Shelley, and with the assistance of her sister, Laura, in March of 2016, our family formed a nonprofit 501c3 organization called Breaking Barriers, Hope is Alive, to help change the stigma of drug addiction through training and education and awareness and recovery aid. Our hope is to inspire breakthroughs in treating people who suffer from drug addiction and to educate all individuals about the disease of addiction. Did you know every 19 minutes in the United States, someone dies from a drug overdose? In my state of Ohio, 5 people every single day die from a drug overdose. 300% more Americans die each year from prescription pain medicine than illegal drugs. Research shows 4 out of 5 heroin users first began with the use of opiate pain medicine. Medications such as Oxycontin, Percocet, Vicodin, Tramadol are all synthetic heroin. The United States makes up about 4% of the world's population. However, we consume 80% of all opiate pain medicine. Right now in the state of Ohio, there are over 200,000 people addicted to heroin. This epidemic is causing chaos in every neighborhood, city, and state in our country, and it's having a significant impact on Teamster members, their families, and it's placing a tremendous strain on our healthcare systems. It's in every workplace, craft, or division that our union represents. Therefore, brothers and sisters, I believe I have an obligation to act, not only because I lost my son, but because this epidemic is having direct impact on our members. That is why my family and I are going to stand up with every fiber in our body and fight back through training, education, and helping in recovery aid. Our long-term mission is to purchase the vacant lot and put a treatment facility on the property right where they found my son's body. Thank you. Thank you. I know this is a big goal. I know this is a big goal, and it's gonna take lots of money. But I commit to you that we're gonna work like no tomorrow to make this happen. My wife is just like most of yours, and just like every Teamster sister in this room, she don't do well with being told no. If you'd like to find out more information about Breaking Barriers, Hope is Alive, or if you'd like to help us with our mission or make a donation, you can go to nowwefightforyou.com. nowwefightforyou.com. One last thing. Brothers and sisters, I don't claim to be the smartest person in the room, but as a veteran of the United States Marine Corps and a Teamster for 27 years, I promise you this, that if you partner with us, I do know how to stand up and fight like hell until the mission's accomplished. I promise you that. To my son in heaven, now we fight for you!